Okay, I think that got it. Anything? YouTube? Anything? There it is. I see it on YouTube now. All right, we're good to. All right, now let's see if we can get Substance Painter working again. I'm a little worried that it won't. Last time I had to reinstall it. Well, actually, last time I was able to get around it by restarting it. So let's see if this goes. File, new, select, clogs. Okay, is good. Plastic. Let's try. I'm not going to bake stuff just yet. We'll do that later. I'm going to see how far I can get without actually. Let's try maybe vinyl heavy. We'll do that. Okay, let's do a file save as. So I've overwritten that. We are good. Control Shift E. Can I export out my I'm not entirely sure why it defaulted to that. Let's do a 5-channel export on that. Open up the output directory. So that looks good. All right, now let's see if we can do our baking in here. Mode, bake mesh maps. Uncheck you and uncheck you. And hit bake selected. And it did the same thing it's been doing. So now when I switch back, it's probably going to be janked again. Yeah, it's still janked. Damn it. Something just went by my window. Oh, it's those neighbor dogs in my yard again. Damn them. Oh no. Substance Painter is frozen up. I think maybe yeah, it's kind of stuck. You posted pinks and linked info. Nice. My Substance Painter is not being healthy today. I wonder if it just happens when I've got OBS up. I wonder if there's a weird conflict with that. I was able to use it. I was using it until a certain point, and then it went. Then it just went goofy. And because I'm a glutton for punishment, we're gonna just try this one more time. And if this doesn't work, I don't know. I may cut the stream a little early, or actually, we might just go to Marvelous Designer, and I can start doing some stuff in Marvelous Designer. All the graphics have been done, all the presets, added more D4 stuff, etc., etc. Bit embarrassed how. Yeah, but it gets better as you go. is good. Mode. Can I get over to the rendering? You're looking good. Is it just my baking is weird? Maybe just something wrong with this. I can return to painting mode. It goes bad when I bake. Let me see if there's a edit settings. I'm trying to look for something here. Baking options, enable live previewing. You know what? I'm going to turn that off. Save processing. Let's try this. And now I'm going to come into mode and we'll do baking. And I'm just going to bake. I'll bake the AO map. We'll do that. Come over here. We'll switch it to ambient occlusion and we'll bake that. And now it's still stuck on cancel bake. And this seems to, I'm not getting this. This is no longer refreshing after our bake. And I wasn't supposed to see that update because I just turned that off, didn't I? GPU ray tracing not available for my hardware. Is that part of my problem? Why is it not available for my hardware? Am I having issues with my graphics card? Is it just because it's so old? Do I have to just like dial you back to a version? What version am I using right now? 11.1. Let's go take a look at the Creative Cloud and see what's available. In a minute, I'm going to stop screwing around with this and we'll go over and do a Marvelous Designer and make some clothes. Are you my Creative Cloud? There we go. Let's go take a look at apps. Let's go take a look over here at Substance Painter. Other versions. Latest version is the 11.1, which is I'm using 11. I'm not using the latest version because I think I went back a version. I don't know. Let's install the latest version. Let's try that. It says it limits. Let's try to update. Painter. 3D Painter is updating right now. We are at 4%. We are at 72%. We're at 82%. We were using 11.1.0. I'm updating it up to 11.1.1. Finished. Okay, let's try this. This is the last time we're going to play with a substance painter if this doesn't work. At least today. Chris really needs a new computer. I think that's maybe what might be what it's coming down to. So robbing a bank may be in the near future. You can go away. I'm going to close you. Let's do file, open recent. Are you still? All right, and then if I switch over to bake mesh maps, we don't have a curvature map. I don't have an ambient occlusion map. Can I get back to, if we go to render iRay, so that's kind of working, right? We pop over to edit and settings and general, and I don't know why my GPU ray tracing is off. It's just probably because the hardware's too old. Okay, back to painting. I'm gonna just try to. Were you not red? Oh, because I'm looking at ambient occlusion. There we go. Let me see if I can bake the ID map, and then we'll call it a day. Bump, 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 bump. Okay, let's load in that. Looking good. Let's tweak these up. So make that as tight as possible. Switch that up to 4K. I've got that. I say bake that. It's still all right. It got back to bake selected textures. Okay. Let's hit save. So let's hit save on that. Before I lose it, let's export textures, and we'll just export that ID map. What are you called? You are the clocks. Okay. Okay, so there's the clogs. There's the colors and stuff. Alrighty. Let's reset this. Let's see if we can bake in some of these others now. Put you back to 2K. Get rid of you. And does that work? It's moving really slowly. I can see it. But it's making progress. I think it's actually baking maps. It's good now. We're good now. So now if we take a look at our ambient occlusion, looks good. Yay. Mode back to painting. I'm gonna switch you back to normal. No, I mean material. All right, I think we're good. I'm gonna do a couple of little color tweakings in here. And I gotta get it caught up. It's the original you made back in your first clothing product too. Yeah, I find my older stuff a little cringy, but on the other hand, I just go with it, man. Just go with it, right? Just accept the fact that you don't really have the time to go back and update everything you do to your current standards. All right, let's put black on the sole. So I'm going to duplicate you. We're going to put a mask with a color selector. I'm going to select that. Come over here. Change Do I get a color option for this? I don't get color options for this. What the frick? I have to put a filter on here to change the color. Add a filter. We're going to put a HSL hue, saturation, and lightness. There we go. And basically, I just want to make that darker. Kind of like that. And then I think maybe we'll put a different color on the inside. And we'll tweak that. Maybe like that. And I think I might just put a little something on this. I'm thinking about maybe putting a little logo on here, but we'll see. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get rid of you. Come over to here. Take the saturation off. That's probably going to be good. I like that. And that'll be the red version. I'll make some other color versions, but for right now, we'll save that. This will be a 5-channel export. So export that. Goes off to our export directory, which is over here. And I'm just going to add red to that. And I'm going to set up colors for these. All right, so I'm making progress with this. Okay, so we got Substance Painter working again. At least I hope it stays working. Which means maybe we can finish up the Vignetta stuff. Let's do that. Let's set that up. So let's put you off to the side. Let's hang out here with Betty and Albert, Maryland, while we wait for Daz to load up. What's funny is you had zero intention of doing anything else but redoing the promos, submitting to Daz, and taking org down from your source. Then you saw the files. And now I can hear my cat. All right, we got Daz up and running. Um, I think I've got a scene. I think I started setting up a scene for this. I think we did the ground, the snowy ground, and I think we did the couch. Um, I don't know what we're gonna do for the candy canes. Maybe we'll do something for them. Um, projects. This was in Bubbles or something, I think. Because no, wait, I moved you into the holiday folder. That's right. You're in holidays somewhere. Holiday. There we go. If you get bored at some point, go look at your whip channel and scroll up a bit. Showed some before and afters. Oh, okay. I keep meaning to write Daz about pulling some products from Rendo and Render Hub, but I just don't get around to it. Basically, the stuff that came out in 2024 that didn't go to Daz. Holidays vignette. There it is. Whip. Do I have did I start a Daz folder for this? I guess not. I guess, no, wait. There it is. There it is. Can I just do that? Christmas is getting here faster than I anticipated. And probably should start finishing this up to give it away before Christmas. That would be nice. Did you not do anything? You are doing something. You're contemplating your navel. I must have had a Genesis 8 saved in this damn scene. Damn it. I think for the snowflakes, I'm going to put like a glass texture on those. Maybe we'll put a felt texture on the trees. So anyhow, here's what we got. We got ground and we got our sofa. Right. Okay. Let's get the snowflakes over into here. So let's get this loaded up in Blender. Look at that. I'm already maxing out my my GPU. So you know what I'm going to do? Can I just close you? Or do I have to quit? I think I can just close you. And does that help as far as memory goes? Barely. Anyhow, we'll put Blender here. File, recent is the holiday stage. Holiday stage is the last thing. There we go. You know what? Have I saved out Mac the Commie Snowman? I think I'm going to save out Mac the Commie Snowman. Actually, let's make sure. I'm going to UV map Mac the Commie Snowman. I can't see anything over there. Oh, I'm behind everything. I am in. I don't think I ever actually UV mapped Mac. Now that I think about it. Let's just use Packmaster and see what we get here. Oh, yeah, it does look like it's kind of UV mapped, though. That'll probably be fine. I think we'll take Mac over into Substance Painter and add some textures to it there. So let's do this. Export. Or am I at? I'm in the wrong folder. Let's go over to the holidays. And holidays vignette and whip. And here we'll put in Mac. Mac, Mac, commie, commie. So do that. Export is good. You know what? I'm going to send this tree out. I don't know. Let's go. I don't want to texture paint. UV edit that. If I just pack you, how does that go? Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. All right, let's export out the tree. Does it have a star material? What is that on the very... You might be material 01 or something, right? Yeah, you're material 01. Okay. Maybe we'll call you star instead of material 01. How clever would that be? You know, foliage and trunk, they do have base colors. All right, that's probably good to go. Um, holidays, tree. Okay, where's my little trees? My little trees are missing. My tiny trees. Nematana trees. There they are. All right, I'm gonna just join all of those together. Or maybe not. It's thinking about it. All right, there we go. So let's do a little UV mapping on that. Oh, you know what? I think they got. I'm gonna back that up. I think they got joined with the other trees, which isn't what I wanted. Well, yeah, so I don't want you. I think there's and you're probably good. And you guys, so I don't want you. I don't want you. I do want one of you selected. Not that. I keep selecting the wrong frickin' things. Okay. No. Yep. All right. Can I control J those all together? I think that's. Oh man, I think I got one of these hills in there too. There we go. Is that good? I think that's good. Let's try this one. You know what? I didn't need to do that. This is already mapped out for everything. Is good. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Let's do the snowy hills. You know what? I'm going to convert those to mesh. They have a modifier on them right now. And then we can come in. No. What kind of modifier do I have on you guys? I think I'm good now. No, one of you still has the modifier on there. I got holes on the bottom. I do not. I'm just going to smart wrap those. And we'll just throw a snow texture on that in Substance Painter. Is my wreath... I think the wreath has got UV mapping to it, but I'm not... We'll just... I'll just pack that and see how that goes. It's still packing. Is it done? Oh, no, you're still over here working. That didn't look like a good pack. What does it think it's doing? There it is. There it is. That's what I was expecting. All right, let's re-export out the the wreath now that we've got color selected for that. Layout. Bada bing, bada boom. Holidays. Wreath. Did I save the trees? I'm not sure I saved the trees. We're going to do that. Holidays. Tiny trees. Tiny trees. Export that. Export those. That's the wrong button. That's the right button. Snowy Hills. It's good frame. We'll smart project that. I don't know. Let's see if I can we'll pack that like so. Come over here. I don't think I need to. And then that's just going to go out by itself. Do you even have any material? You do. Can I select that? And then everything is ice. Ice, ice. Or I'll just say snowflake. We'll do that. Then we'll export that out. Alrighty, let's pop over to here. So I'm just going to bring in, so I'm just going to put a generic shader on those snowflakes. What am I looking for? I'm looking for an import. That's an import. Looks about right. Okie dokie. Let's select that. I'm going to put one of my glass shaders, I think, on it. Solid clear. I'm going to reorient my seed a little bit here. You'll do 1300 by 1000. And let's do a test render on how this is coming along. Yeah, that's going to be fine. Oh, I didn't save out the candy canes. I didn't even see the candy canes. Did I? Oh, there they are. I'm just going to do one. Let's UV edit that. 3A U. Close enough. And I think I've got two materials on there, right? Red and white, looking good. Actually, let's use Packmaster on that too. See if it makes a difference or not. Nah, it looks a little cleaner that way. All right, is good. Okay, let's see how this works with Substance Painter. Let's start knocking these out. File, new, select. You know what? I need versions with no materials for this stuff, don't I? All right, export that. All right, gonna bring you in. Okie dokie. Let's see if my baking is still bake the mesh maps. Not you, and not you. All right, is good. Um, let's do that. Let's do that. Oh no, I forgot to switch it to ID. That's fine. Okay. I think Substance has a. Oh, you're still saving with the two material zones. Damn it. What the farfig? You know what I forgot to do? We got to redo this. I forgot to do this. When I do this, I forgot to turn off the materials for the known material version. Doy. Small disaster. Can I cancel that bake? I think Substance had a candy cane texture, which is. We'll bring that up and see how this works out. It might get a little janky on the ID map. You know what? That's probably going to be okay. Did I have the candy cane? I do have candy cane, except it's already got the it's got stripes on it, but we don't need the stripes. You don't really look very candy cane-ish. I'm gonna tweak that. Mm, so we'll do triplanar on that. You know what? I'm just gonna make my own. I don't like that. I'm just gonna just do this from scratch. We'll just do a fill layer here. I don't know, maybe I can grab a height and a normal map from here. Does that work? That has a height map. And does this have a normal map too? I think it might. So that just gives me some texture. We are going to set that to be triplanar so it's a little smoother. I'm probably going to dial those back. We're going to take our roughness and we're going to make this shiny. So where's my roughness? My roughness is here. So we'll just crank that down into there. So that should be really shiny. I'm going to dupe this. Or you know what? I'm just going to put a new one in here. I just need a base color. We'll put we'll add a black mask with the color selector. So we'll put that on the red. we'll just make this red. Like that. And then we'll just save that out. Actually, let's save this. Save as. Let's just put this into the holiday folder. Holidays candy cane. And then file, export textures. I'm going to do 5-channel, and we'll do this just 2K. We'll do 4K. What the hell? Export that. Open up. Grab all of this. My roughness is black. My metallicity is black. So we don't, we don't actually need those, do we? We'll lose those. Come on. Come on. I'm hitting delete for a reason. Take that and that and that and Control X those. Okay, where are you? Let's put you over here. Come into runtime. Textures me. Holidays vignette. Let's do. And put those right in there. Let's load that in the DAS. That one right there. Select that. Come over here. Grab both of those. And then we'll just do the draggy and the droppy. So you get in the color map. You're going to come over here to the bump map. Oh no, you know what? I got to put my generic shader on there to make this easier. That's better. All right, metallicity is 0. Glossy roughness is also 0. Base color is that. I got a height map. I'll put into the bump channel. Got a normal map, which I'll put right there. Should be good. All right, let's hit save on this and move along to the next thing. All right, let's hit save on you. Let's do, let's get the frame knocked out. Actually, let's do the hills and the trees. So I need to do a version of the hills. Snowy hills. All right, so save that. You only should have one material on you, so I don't need a second one on that. So file, new, select. Where's the thing? This is Snowy Hills. There it is. Why did you not save? Let me save you again. Oh, I probably overwrote that, didn't I? Doy. Snowy Hills. There we go. That's better. Now they're still not looking smooth. Why look smooth? All right, we can fix this. All of our edges have got sharps on them. Am I in edit mode? I am in edit mode. I have selected everything. I'm going to click on this and no, where's the thing that I'm not in edge mode? There we go. Clear sharps. There we are. All right, let's find some snow. You know this, but it has little things in it, so we're going to tile that up a lot. Kind of like that, I think. Of course, now I cannot see the obvious patterning in there. Let's see if we can find a better snow. You know what? Let's try this melted snow. There it is. It's downloading it. So this was the snow that we were using on the ground plane. Oh, that's running slow. I got 15 minutes to finish this. Yeah, right. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. There we go. I think we maybe add a little bit of blue to that, and we'll tile that a little bit. Tiling, what do we say, 16? That's looking a little too much. Maybe we say 8. I kind of like that. Can we tweak the color a little bit? We can. I'm gonna blue it up just a little bit like so. That'll probably be good. Let's make sure we're using triplanar on that so we don't get any weird goofy ass seams. I think that'll probably help. Looking good. All right, let's save this. Snowy Hills. Snowy Hillas. All right, let's file. Export textures. We'll do a 5-channel export on that. Open the output directory. Is that? No, that's the candy cane. I should have gotten rid of those. Candy cane is good. Okay, metallicity on the snow hills is black, so we don't need that. We do want these. Control X those. Pop over to here. Those in there. Run over to Daz. Load them up. Snowy Hills. Accept that. Select that. You know what? I'm going to give that a name other than default. I'll just call you Snowy Hills. Or I'll just call you Snow. There we go. All right, let's put our base shader on. Metallicity goes to 0. Come back over to here and we do some dragging and some dropping. I can find my, there we go. All right, base color, height, roughness, and a normal map. All right, let's hit save on that. Where's my ground plane? Oh, my ground plane's in there. I see it right there. All right, let's do the trees. Materials is turned off. Tiny trees. No materials. export you. All right, I'm gonna do the trees in like a velvet or a felt, and we'll do this snow on this snow, and we'll do maybe a tree trunk or for the trunks. Anyhow, so you're good. File new. Select tiny trees. Okie dokie. All right, let's run over to fake mesh maps. This is all probably good. You know what? I'm going to bake the ID map. Yeah, it's probably close enough. Tiny trees. Let's try this. Tiny trees. There we go. All right, let's see how this works. Yay. Alrighty. Mode, painting. Um, snow. This is that melted snow. We're going to do the same thing we did with the other one. We'll change the color a little bit to be like that. And that's probably going to be good. I got a tree trunk material in here somewhere. Mulberry bark. You got dropped on the... You're supposed to go on there. Where's my assets? What are you doing all the way up there? That's what I want. Melted snow. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I dropped you into the wrong spot. You're supposed to go there. I don't know. Can we adjust the color on that to be a little more vibrant? I like that. We're going to go with that. All right. For the foliage, I'm going to do maybe a velvet, and we'll make it green. This red velvet here. We'll start with that. Okay, so how do I grid fabric? Do I get a, you know, I'm just going to put a hue saturation adjuster on this. Right there. Let's do regular. Let's crank that saturation way high. Let's make that lightness something I can see. You know, that ambient occlusion is really... I may not go with this. Do I have a felt? Oh. All right, let me see. No, wait. Felt fabric. We're going to use this instead. We'll try that. I think that'll look nicer. I'm going to tile that up a little bit and make it green. Do I get a color option for that? I do. All right, I like that. That's going to be our trees. We got a little bit of a weird line in there from the. I'm going to rebake the ID map, I think, see if we can get that to be better. That's the plan. We'll see if that makes things any better. So anyhow, have I saved you yet? I have not saved you yet. Let's file save as tiny holidays. Tiny trees. We'll do that. And now I can't see anything. If anything's happened in chat, my apologies. Ah, best viewers. I do have the best viewers. Thank you. Although you smell like a bot, so I think we're going to have to whack you. Like we love whack moles around here. Mode. Bake mesh maps. We're going to uncheck everything but ID. We're going to make our cages really small so we can get some better better looking. And I'm going to just crank you up to 4K and we'll bake that. And it does its business. And now we can pop over to painting. There, that cleaned up that weird white line I was getting in there. That's much better. We like these. We're going to save that. That's our tiny tree textures. Right there. Control Shift. Control Save. Control Shift E. You know what? I'm going to save you at 2K and we'll export that. And that did that. It's okay. I'm gonna. What did I get here? Where's my color map? There's my color map. You're fine. I don't need that. Why do I have so many weird? Oh, you know what it is. It has this stupid default setup. Let's go to my 5-channel setup. Let's come over here and just get rid of all of these and then see how this goes. That's better. All right, that's black, so we don't need it. We're going to keep these. I'm going to run over here to the texture folder. Holidays. Tiny trees. And I think with this, I'm going to call it a day here. We'll try to finish up this vignette on Monday. And then we can give it away as a freebie. My crappy little holiday vignette. There we go. Control V. All right, let's, you are not Daz. You're my Daz. All right, let's import in the trees. Tiny trees. Happy tiny trees holiday. You know, it doesn't make any difference now. I could just use this. But it's nicer to have the material zone still there, so we'll do it like this. And then we'll select the tiny trees. Check my materials, select all of those. Drop the generic on it. Come back over to here. So base color, their metallicity is 0. The height map we'll put into the bump. The normal map goes into the normal, and we'll use this roughness map in our glossy roughness. There we go. All right, we're going to call it here for the day. I still have a few more things to get in here, but we're making progress on this. Let's go ahead and set a render on that and find somebody to raid. I think I saw Toilet was on. So, but we'll take a look and see if anybody else is on. So here we go. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. And Bees Streams Daily, aka Brian O'Brien or Bry. Thank you for that raid earlier. I do appreciate that, man. It was good to see you. So I'm gonna scroll down to the bottom and work my way back up, and we'll see. I think I did see Taddy was on. Shan the Magic Man is doing words on stream. Tiny Painting Desk is doing Red Dead Redemption. Permafried Wookie is doing music. Keymon Monet Arts is doing probably art. And now I'm going to work my way back up. Plobby is on. Plobby's always a good raid target. I think does Blender. So maybe we'll just go hang out with Plobby. Where is Taddy? Am I not seeing Taddy? Am I going blind? No, there's Taddy. Taddy's playing Batman. What is Plobby doing? Is Plobby doing art? If Plobby's doing Blender, we'll go say hi to Plobby. Plobby's doing Blender, I think. So we'll go say hi to our friend Plobby 3D. Thank you all for being here. Slowly but surely, we're getting our little 3D scene, our happy holiday scene done here. So I like how that Chesterfield's displacement texture looks on that couch. It's kind of cool. Anyhow, yeah, we will be back tonight, 8 p.m. Thank you for the band there, Charles. 8 p.m. for the Saturday Night Social. Feel free to join. Feel free to join the Discord. If you put stuff in the gallery, we will share that tonight. So that's on tap. And yeah, thank you, Charles, for modding. I hope you're able to get your back taken care of sooner than later. It was good to see 3D Loki, our good friend, buy his stuff. And once again, thank you so much for that raid from Bees Streams Daily, or also known as Bryant O'Brien, Bry O'Brien Music. Check give both of those a follow. That would be cool. And let's do this. Hey, we have raid calls. Hey, I sell stuff at Dad's. Buy my shit. There we go. Join the Discord, buy my stuff, and feel free to join the raid. If you're not a subscriber, you can use this raid call. If you are a subscriber, you can use the sub raid call. If you're on YouTube, thank you. I appreciate that. Unfortunately, you can't join the raid, but like and subscribe. That's always awesome. And if you're on Twitch, feel free to join the raid and grab the appropriate raid call there. So let's do this /raid Plobby. Did I spell that right? It's with B's. It's with B's instead of D's. 3D. Let's try that. I hope I spelled that right. Is that right? That looks right. Otherwise, we're going to end up in the wrong place. Anyhow, appreciate everybody being here. And if I don't see you tonight, I hope you have a good rest of a Saturday or Sunday if you're on the happy side of the planet. And hasta la vista, baby.